Red one. So.
Hey, Billy.
Behind the graduates, behind the gentleman, we'll need you back here.
Don't worry about it.
We're going to pull the truck off the field.
Oh, Jason, I need that clothes rack from the Commons
Okay.
over here to the gate.
The back gate, like
Yeah.
last year.
If we can pull it more into the gate, that would be great. But I understand people are standing there.
Okay, so it's on the it's at the Commons right now.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll head that way.
Hello. Testing. Hello, YouTube. Check, check.
I'm going to walk down here to see if they're...
We're good.
Yes, make it deeper. You don't want to touch that.
You are so good. What? You're so good.
In the front.
No, I remembered something that I forgot. Yeah, that it was
Sunny boy. Man, that sun is bright. I know.
Ours pierced and all. Hey, we're making it. We're making it. He can stand wherever. He wants to sticks around. I guess there are a lot of
We all died, and you're like 100 yards away, mining.
I guess that's
Hey, Tanner boy!
it's okay.
Yeah, my girlfriend's looking good! I'm gonna say this. Oh, God, Mike's
Abby.
Yes,
It doesn't matter where you stand. It doesn't matter.
He's got a size. My toes were like slipping. Where's Abby Davis? Abby
you know what to sing. Sing your part. If you don't. I'm going to sing. Make sure you come down there.
Yeah, because Megan's got it. Okay. Megan, where's she going? You're here. I'm not sure I'm right. Megan, you're in between us. No, that's I will try to find you together. I'm not even getting into so far. Wait, open this now. Open this now. Yes. I want to see your reaction.
Nathan, you know how you have the two have you do that twice? The first one, get down. Okay. Everybody look, there's a camera. There's a camera. Look at it. Look everybody, smile. Yeah, most of you, the rest. Everybody smile. I don't know where to stand. Hi.
I don't want it.
It's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Or like the one that really wanted to cookie or something. Actually, I kind of did. I think I'm going to do that tonight. Also, since I mean, yeah, are you using? Oh, now what? I mean, that's in my backpack. Like my fan. Yeah.
I'm going to go purely by sight. You may sound slightly different, but sound should hit everybody at the same time. Okay?
I can't see it.
So they're not
The sun.
They'd be saying and it would be a pulse.
I swear to the Lord on that.
right here.
Oh, wait, Alexa? Oh, wait, I have.
Hey, Alexa. We sing it up. No, we're singing it. Yeah.
We're singing it.
I don't know. We're singing. I don't know.
Then, after the introduction of the dignitaries, then we're going to do alma mater. Then we're going to do this is me.
Yeah, someone announces.
So we're going to be standing here. Then we'll get to sit down.
After we sing, that is when you will part to your seat. Got it?
I think they said someone's supposed to be like, okay, now you guys go. I don't remember. When we get our graduation package,
Like they say after, like, and probably after we sing, because then valedictorian and you all can talk.
I'll just guess.
So somebody else will be like, I'll be like, field
That's like a after
All right.
Good evening. Should I wait? Okay. Good evening. I'm Matt Chalmers, co-president of the Marysville Early College High School Student Council. I'd like to welcome you to the 139th Marysville Schools Commencement Ceremony. At this time, I would like to ask everyone to rise and join me as we celebrate this great country by the playing of our national anthem with our own band under direction of Mr. Bill Thyssen. Please remain standing and join me in the saying of the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation. You may now be seated. Thank you.
Hello, I am Blythe Atzball, president of the MHS Student Council. 8 years ago, my 4th grade clap-out, high school seemed like millions of years away. But here I am, giving a speech at the ultimate 4th grade clap-out. I have been extremely nervous to give this speech all year. At one point, I told myself that all I would do when I got up here was quote High School Musical. But don't worry, I broke free of that idea, got my head in the game, and now it's the start of something new. To the class of 2018, we made it. We survived inhaling unhealthy amounts of baby powder at football games, the great Chicken Tender Tuesday fight, and that one crazy year where school started at 7:32. We survived many park, OAA, AIRS, and ACT tests. We've also been here for each other through the ups, storming the field at football games, Foursquare tournaments at Creekview, and surviving that first day of freshman year. And we've been through each other through the downs. The death of Vine, that one time we had a 45-minute fire drill, and AP Gov. We have set a wonderful example for the classes to follow us with the amazing leadership shown in sports, clubs, and inside the classroom. And hey, pep rallies are fun now. After years of measuring time by the number of years, semesters, days, and classes before graduation, the day we've been waiting for has finally come. Now, the only thing we have to measure the time passing with are the amazing friendships and memories we have made. The class of 2018 is filled with some of the most amazing and unique people I have ever met, and as we diverge onto our different paths, my one wish is that all of you live happy and fulfilling lives. Accept others no matter what their differences from you are, and we will not only find ourselves with more friends, but we will also notice the enormous change that spreading love has on our world. 4 years ago, when I was a tiny little freshman, I would have never thought that I would have the courage to be student body president. But here I am as a graduating and still tiny senior who can almost reach her locker, and I cannot thank you guys enough for having faith in me. I'd also like to thank my parents, my sister, my friends, and Mr. Shear for having faith in me and being here to help me have this experience that has made my senior year even more amazing than expected. This leads me to say to you, as I'm closing my speech, to think of the people who have been influential in your high school experience and to thank them before the end of the night. Always believe in yourself and chase your dreams, and don't ever listen to anyone who tells you you can't. The future is in our hands, and we've already made good progress by showing up here tonight. I can't wait to see the amazing things that come from our class of 2018.
Good evening. I'm Julia Dickman. It is my pleasure to introduce the following dignitaries and guests. Diane Mankins, Superintendent, Marysville Schools. Jonathan Langhouse, Assistant Superintendent of Marysville Schools. Thomas Cochran, Principal of MHS. Kathy McInnes, Principal of ECHS. Ashley Thompson, Principal of Tri-Academy. Dr. David Harrison, President of Columbus State Community College. Allison Koch, Ohio High Point Representative. The MEVSD Board of Education, Sue Devine, President. Brian Luke, Vice President. Amy Powers, Nan Savage, Dick Smith, Michelle Koffenbarger, Principal of BMS. Timothy Canali, Principal of Creekview Intermediate. Amy McGlenn, Principal of Mill Valley Elementary. Lynette Lewis, Principal of Naven Elementary. Carol Lentz, Principal of Raymond Elementary. Kim Jude, Director of Student Services. Mike White, Director of Business Services. Jeff Wargo, Director of Maintenance. Jamie Foster, Director of Food Services. Ryan Walker, Athletic Director, and Tom Powers, Director of IT.
Good evening. I'm Charcy Johnson, Co-President of Student Council at the Early College High School. At this time, please rise as we join the Marysville Symphonic Choir in the singing of the Marysville Alma Mater. Following the Alma Mater, please be seated and enjoy the performance of the choir as they sing "This Is Me" from the movie The Greatest Showman.
Stranger to the dark, hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, 'cause no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me, look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make This is me. Another round of bullets hits my skin. The fire away, 'cause today I won't let the shame sink in. We are bursting through the barricades and reaching for the sun. We are warriors, and that's what we become. Won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send the flood, gonna drown 'em out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me, look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. This is me.
When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown 'em out. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me.
Look out, 'cause here I come. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. Marching on to the beat I drum. Make no apologies. This is me. Whenever the words wanna cut me down, send the flood to drown 'em out. This is me.
Good evening. I'm Chelsea Sullivan, Leo Club President and Secretary of Student Council of Marysville High School. The designation of a valedictorian is given to the top scholars in a graduation class. This year, we have a record amount of students who have achieved this high level of academic excellence. This criteria for being a valedictorian is having a 4.1 GPA or higher. Valedictorians were recently recognized at our award assemblies. Valedictorians, please rise and accept the acknowledgement from your fellow students and our audience. Congratulations to the valedictorians of the class of 2018. The President's Education Award Program has been recognizing students' excellence and achievement since 1983. Elementary, middle, and high school students are honored each year with a certificate from the President for their academic achievement and their hard work. High school students receiving this recognition have been achieved a 7th semester GPA of 3.5 on a 4.0 scale, scored college ready for the ACT, and follow the college prep curriculum. If those students receiving the President's Education Award this year could please rise and be recognized.
Please welcome Dr. Harrison, President of Columbus State Community College.
Thank you, Chelsea. Good evening. Congratulations to the class of 2018. 4 years ago, Columbus State and Marysville Early College embarked on an exciting journey to start a one-of-a-kind STEM early college high school. I want to take this opportunity to thank Superintendent Mankins for her leadership in what really has become one of a kind in the state and has received national recognition. Of the 123 early college high school graduates, they're going to average a semester and a half of college under their belt. That's a big deal. I'm honored to recognize 5 graduates tonight who actually received their Columbus State Community College Associate degree last week. Please stand when I call your name. Nicholas Bowers, magna cum laude. Lindsay Featheroff. Keely Mankins, cum laude. Everett Lowe. And Rachel Sievers, cum laude.
Good evening. I'm Keely Mankins. It's my pleasure to recognize the students who earned the State of Ohio Honors Diploma. The State Board of Education established a criteria for high school students to obtain honors diplomas in the state of Ohio. An academic honors diploma recognizes students who have exceeded graduation requirements in the following ways. Students have earned higher level credits or more credits in mathematics, science, and social studies. Students have earned world language credits. Students must possess a GPA of 3.5 or higher with an ACT score of 27 or an SAT score of 1210. The students receiving the State of Ohio Honors Diploma, please rise and be recognized.
Good evening. I'm Madison Heflin, MHS Student Council Vice President. Each year, we have students that make the decision to join our military to serve our country. At this time, we would like to recognize those students who have made that commitment. Please rise and remain standing until all names are read. Please hold your applause until all names have been called. Alvin Gunawan, Adam Heddle, Tyler Isley, Robin King, Clayton Cressley, Matthew Johnstone, Weston Leiter Griffith, Brandy Martinez Torres, Levi Medley, Morgan Perry, Zachary Roush, Sam Schroyer, Mackenzie Simmons, Devin Slaybaugh, Christopher Sparks, Ryan Spalding, Richard Spitznagel, Tristan Sunquist, and Jared Yoakum. You may be seated.
Good evening, everybody, and my name's Carly Mahut. Tonight, I have the pleasure to introduce our valedictorian speakers for this evening. Celia Solar will give the address as valedictorian from Marysville High School, and Garrett Hostman will give the address as valedictorian from Marysville STEM Early College High School.
Welcome, class of 2018. We made it. According to the Chinese calendar, 2018 is the year of the dog. But if I had to pick an animal to represent our graduating class, it would be the guinea pig. Our high school career proved to be a maze of decisions that we as guinea pigs tried to navigate. The first decision we had to make before even entering high school was which school we would attend, Marysville High School or Marysville Early College High School. We were the guinea pigs of a lot of other things as well. We were the first to receive Chromebooks, the first to take Spanish in middle school, the first to have winter formal, and the first to take park tests instead of the OGT. Some of those memories are more enjoyable than others. I am glad we all survived the PARCC testing, although many of us thought of the test as park spelled backwards. Otherwise, we would not be sitting here before you today. Being the guinea pigs forced our class to try new things. Unfortunately, the key word there is force, since nobody really chooses to be the guinea pig. This is how I felt when my phone automatically updates Snapchat, even though the new update was awful. But with all new things, it takes time to adjust. It's now time for us to leave the comfort and familiarity of high school to start over as guinea pigs in our next life experiment. As you look around, you see white and red stools, but what matters most are the blue gowns underneath. Whether MHS or MECHS, we are all PTBM. Now, that was a lot of acronyms, and since I'm not texting, I will translate and just say that both schools are proud to be monarchs. With these diplomas, we are all destined for great things. I don't think I would have made it here today without my parents, teachers, friends, and most importantly, Quizlet. And of course, I want to thank my fellow friends and classmates for surviving high school with me and sharing memories with me that will last a lifetime. I want to thank my parents for their constant encouragement and for putting up with me for 17 years. For all the parents here, I commend you. Let's give them a round of applause. This accomplishment is just as much yours as it is ours. I would also like to thank the teachers and staff here at Marysville. Thank you for helping us find our passions, for helping us educate into well-rounded individuals, and for teaching us the importance of character. People will remember what kind of person you are, not for your grade point average or for the number of followers you have on social media. But if you want, follow me on Twitter at Celia27. I want to thank my fellow friends and classmates as well. I'm going to miss football Friday nights, chanting cheers from the pit, and dressing up as crazy themes, my favorite being Hick Night at Jonathan Alder. I'll miss all the pep rallies, especially this past winter's pep rally with the epic wrestling match between Mr. Gross and Mr. Andrews. Some things you can never unsee. In college, I will definitely miss Mrs. Mankin's tweets in the morning letting us know school was canceled or delayed. It is easy for our generation to get caught up in the moment, seeing as we were the guinea pigs for new technology and more specifically cell phones. We stress over things like taking the perfect picture for our Instagram, thinking of the wittiest comeback for our Twitter, and documenting our life's moments on our Snapchat story. Documenting our life makes it easy to reminisce the good times, but sometimes it's better to just live in the moment. Looking back on our high school careers, we have been through it all. Things were so simple our freshman year. We still had Chicken Tender Tuesdays, and Stay Classy, Never Trashy monarchs echoed the hallway every morning announcements. Sophomore year brought many changes. Many got their license, and our class received Chromebooks, which all the upperclassmen envied, especially my brother Vincent. Once we reached junior year, the guinea pig phase seemed to fade, until we were the first to take the ACT at school. ACT, SAT, AP, AIRS, tests, and exams seem never ending, and they will surely not be missed when we graduate. This timeline now brings me to senior year, finally the top dogs of the school. We get to do all the fun senior things like courts for school dances and painting the senior rocks. Of course, we did these things with our own twist as a guinea pig class. As guinea pigs, we were even the first class to contract this unique syndrome that involves a decline in motivation in the final year of high school. But then we discovered that this syndrome was just senioritis, and we were certainly not the first to have it. Sorry, Dr. Kukas. Fortunately, we were able to combat this disease enough to finish our high school career strong. I know I labeled our class as a guinea pig class, but in reality, we are a class of firsts. From this point on, we'll be known as entrepreneurs, innovators, and pioneers. The power of our voices should not be underestimated. The technology and resources available to us make it possible to stand up for what we believe in. Being a class of first gives us the courage to make an impact on society. We are a generation of change. I would like to close with a quote between two great minds that single-handedly raised our generation. It goes, "Quick, without thinking, if you could have anything right now, what would it be?" And the other replies, more time for thinking? This philosophical piece of dialogue is spoken by no other than SpongeBob SquarePants and Patrick Star. I think it's safe to say that most of us graduates relate to Patrick Star when he requests more time to think because it's not easy choosing our life path at 18 years old. But I am confident that our time here at Marysville gave us the chance to think, grow, and lead the way for many classes to come. Congratulations, class of 2018.
I gotta flip to my page. Found it. My name is Garrett Hosterman. I'll be giving the valedictorian address on behalf of MECHS, in case you forgot. And I'd first like to take a moment to congratulate each and every single graduating member of both the Marysville High School and the Marysville Early College High School classes of 2018. It's been a long and arduous journey from our first day of high school leading up until now. We've gone from scared kids to accomplished, confident young adults, and being able to be here today in your cap and gown is truly an accomplishment to be celebrated. Can we get a round of applause, please? Now, this day is for more than simply celebration. It should also be a time for reflection. And what better way of reflecting than looking back on our freshman year? I'd like to do this by comparing two speeches that I've given on behalf of MECHS, one as a freshman, and the other today as a graduate. The first speech was given at the ribbon-cutting ceremony for the school way back in winter of our freshman year. Now, I don't know if it was just me, but it didn't make much sense to have an opening ceremony for a school that wasn't even done yet, but what do I know? So I'm selected, along with Robbie Moots, hi Robbie, to give this speech, and I'm stressed up to my ears because apparently Governor Kasich is supposed to be there. Thankfully, I had the help of the lovely Mrs. Hinderer, who helped me figure out exactly what I wanted to say, possibly by writing it for me. And I had the support of my classmates and Mrs. McInnes. But being chosen to represent MECHS got me thinking about exactly what our school was and how I should best articulate that. And one word came to mind: change. A lot had changed for us going into our freshman year. First, there were now 2 high school options, which was a huge change for I, who was still struggling to wrap my head around going to a high school, now had to pick one. Like, no thank you. Another big change was going from having flooring, desks, chairs, and lockers to not always having flooring, desks, chairs, and lockers. Finally, we had to go from standard learning to a new form of mastery learning, which worked a little like the former and was a huge experience for us that pushed personal growth and maturity like nothing before. Many of us had to say goodbye to good friends and venture into a big, dark, scary unknown. And no one helped us to acclimate better early on than our first-year teaching staff. Those brave, poor souls put up with us almost as much as our parents did. And even if things were looking tough, they never once gave up on us. They knew it in their hearts that we and MECHS were going to succeed, and if we didn't, they were going to make us. Now, the ribbon-cutting ceremony went incredibly well. The governor was unable to attend, fortunately for me, probably for him too. Regardless, the ribbon was cut and MECHS was officially opened. But the reason I bring up this speech and the opening ceremony is because I now find myself in a similar situation. I'm once again having to speak on behalf of the student body of this school, and I'm finally realizing exactly how much we've changed since our freshman year, since when Robbie and I cut that ribbon all those years ago. Firstly, we have a completed, beautiful-looking school. The vibrancy and openness of the building makes me proud to know that that's where I get to be every day. Still no lockers, unfortunately, but what can you do? We have 4 full classes as opposed to just the singular founding class, and while this has caused some problems, it has only enriched the school and its diversity, bringing even more people together than before. We have over 4 times the teaching staff, which also means over 4 times the resources for students that are seeking help in their classes. We have our own student council, our own original clubs, and our own organized events such as Steam Night or our mini Wake and Shakes. But beyond this, the atmosphere itself has changed. We are no longer frightened children, but accomplished and eager young adults. We've embraced openness and challenge, overcoming many obstacles presented to us as the founding class of a new school. We've provided students with more outlets for expressing themselves and embraced our differences and our creativity. We've bonded like no class before and created lifelong relationships with classmates and staff alike. We've done away with clique culture and social class in favor of a more open and equal environment. But more than anything, we've established an attitude of success and of motivation, of taking our own education into our hands and understanding that your learning and your life is what you make of it. And we've chosen to make it great. Now, not all of us have gotten exactly what we expected of MECHS, and I actually doubt that any of us got exactly what we expected out of MECHS. But the beauty in that is that MECHS provided us the freedom to get almost exactly what we wanted out of it. And this is the most important lesson that we learned, that you might not always get what you expect out of life, but as long as you work hard, you persevere, you can get almost whatever you want out of your life. And I'm confident that each and every single one of us has the ability to do just that. So here we are again, preparing to venture into the great unknown. But the key difference this time is that we are now armed with the skills to forge ahead undeterred. We no longer fear the unknown's mystery, we embrace it. For we now know that the unknown provides us the ability to mold it and turn it into whatever we want it to be, and allows us to do or to become whatever we want to be. And I know that we will. So venture forth, my brave, brave classmates, and embrace the unknown and all the changes that come with it, for the best is not behind us, but still to come. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Thomas Cochran, and it is my pleasure to serve as the principal of Marysville High School. Class of 2018, believe it or not, you are in your last hour of your 12-year journey. This is a landmark that celebrates the past accomplishments and sets the table for the next chapter of your lives. The talent and the potential that sits before me and before us is limitless. We are proud of you and honored to have played any small role in your 12-year journey. Most of you were born in 1999 or the year 2000. Your lifetime will literally span an entire century. Who knows, you could potentially be sitting on this field in the year 2100 watching your own great-grandchildren graduate from MHS or ECHS. Your stories are yet to be written. I encourage you to be the author of your life. Go make your future. Do not wait for it. Or if you wait for it, you'll be waiting forever. You will fail at times, maybe a few, maybe often. Whatever you do after that failure is what is going to define your life. Look at each opportunity as a valuable learning experience. Stay confident, but exhibit humility. Be tenacious in your pursuits. Stay true to your values and morals, but be open-minded to the contributions of others. Always remember that there is no substitute for hard work, and there never will be. The world is littered with talented people who failed and did not persevere, who waited for the next opportunity to come their way, who felt like they were owed things in life and ultimately never achieved those goals. So look back on your life and do not have any regrets. Go for it always. Continue to give back to your community. We all know the accomplishments of Einstein, Lincoln, and Kennedy, etc. But the people who have the largest impacts are not in the history books. Think about the people who have been there along your journey. Your parents, your teachers, your mentors, your coaches, your instructors, and your friends. Many of them are here tonight in this audience. Those are the true heroes. Take time to make a difference in people's lives. These riches will always, always outweigh the raises, the promotions, and the material possessions that you achieve. I want to take a moment at this time to recognize two members of our own Marysville family who are retiring from the Marysville school system this year. First is Miss Joy Bingman. If we give her a round of applause. Mrs. Bingman has worked at Marysville Schools since 1990 and is currently our head receptionist. She is always willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that our building is running smoothly. She has positively impacted thousands of students at her time at MHS. She is an advocate for the schools, for the students, and the staff alike. Joy, thank you for all that you have done. If you could please stand up and be recognized tonight. Thank you. Early College High School Principal Kathy McInnes is also retiring. Miss McInnes was the Marysville Middle School principal, and then opened the new Bunsold Middle School building, and then returned to her original building and opened up the Early College High School 4 years ago. Kathy puts kids first, period. She is a role model to her colleagues and students alike. She has made an indelible mark on this district that will forever remain. So Kathy, could you please stand up and be recognized? Thank you. Class of 2018, thank you for what you have done to add to the history of Marysville schools. You will always have a home here, and we cannot wait to see and hear all the great things that you accomplished in this world. Next, it is my pleasure to introduce the Early College High School principal, Miss Kathy McInnes.
Thank you, Mr. Cochran, for your insightful words to our graduates and your kind words about me. I, too, would like to recognize a retiring staff member, Mrs. Gail Jenkins. Prior to joining the Marysville schools, Gail worked at the Department of Human Services, and for the last 17 years served as a librarian at East, Northwood, Bunsold, and the Early College. Not only did she build and structure our media center, but what she really did was build relationships with all of our students. She says she doesn't know where the time went, but she loved every minute of it. Thank you, Gail. Gail, I feel like you have to stand up, too. So here we are this evening with the first class in the history of the Marysville schools who got to make a choice about where you attended high school. And as I look at all of you and reflect on the accomplishments I have witnessed and the celebrations in which I have shared, I know that you have all chosen well. So for a few minutes this evening, I want to consider with you the power of choice. At any time, we can change the direction of our lives by a simple choice. It's the most powerful tool that we have. But choices can be difficult, and they are different than gifts. Gifts are easy, and they are given. Being clever is a gift, but being kind is a choice. The capacity to organize your thoughts and to argue effectively is a gift. To listen seriously to those with whom you disagree is a choice. Having natural athletic ability is a gift. Playing with integrity and humility is a choice. In the end, we're all judged by our choices rather than the gifts we hold. Your parents, your teachers, and your coaches have spent the last 12 years helping you develop and enhance those gifts. And tonight we celebrate them, and we have plenty of examples such as grades, test scores, scholarships, and awards to judge them. What we don't know, but what we hope, is that we've guided you also to make the right choices. Every choice you make makes you. And the more you know and learn about yourself and your place in the world, the easier the choice. So my hope for you as you move forward beyond high school is that you continue to let choice be your guide. Make choices that are best for your highest good. Choose kindness. Choose openness. Choose to look differently at problems. Choose courage. Choose gratitude. In every single thing you do, you're choosing a direction. You get to choose what defines you. So class of 2018, as you leave this place, Godspeed. Make good choices.
Superintendent Mankins and Mrs. Devine, on behalf of Mrs. McInnes and I, it is our honor to present the graduating class of 2018.
They have met the requirements set forth by the Marysville Board of Education and the Ohio Department of Education and await your confirmation.
Good evening. Mr. Cochran, Mrs. McInnes, Mrs. Thompson, Superintendent Mankins. On behalf of the Marysville Exempted Village School District Board of Education, it's my honor and privilege to accept the class of 2018. Parents, family, friends, staff, and the many community partners who volunteer their time for our students, thank you. You've encouraged and supported these students. Oh. Oh, thanks. So you've encouraged and supported these students. You've laughed, definitely, cried, and celebrated alongside them, but most importantly, you've believed in them. Class of 2018, what a joy it has been to be a part of your journey. Today, you represent the first graduating class from Tri Academy, the first graduating class from Marysville Early College High School, and the 139th graduating class from Marysville High School. You've been a part of some significant changes, as we've heard, and as we all know, with change comes both challenge and opportunity. You've met challenges with outside-the-box thinking, collaboration, and respect. You've embraced opportunities and achieved amazing successes. On this day, as you all gather together as one mighty monarch class, I wish you the best of luck, class of 2018, PTBM.
Diploma presented by Joshua Montgomery. Diploma presented by Joshua Montgomery. Clay Michael Cost. Diploma presented by Elizabeth Adams. Kylie Ryan Luke, valedictorian. Diploma presented by Jennifer Seaver. Shemsa A. Abdi. Brandy Gabriela Martinez Torres. Noah Timothy Hines. Diploma presented by Angie Adkins. Madison Kathleen Evans. Selena Cheryl McKillian. Haley Nicole Kelsey. Diploma presented by Lindsay Welk. Riley Ann Karcher. Diploma presented by Richard Allen. Matthias Apollos Alice. Donald Lee Miller. James Paul Montgomery. Summer K. Smith. Brendan James Ralston. Caleb Michael Weirs. Diploma presented by Sherry Anderson. Chase Thomas Brown. Diploma presented by Nathan Andrews. Tyler Austin Bates. Jacob Michael Ishmael. Jacob Wesley Marsh, valedictorian. Madeline Grace Ward. Sarah Marie O'Neill, valedictorian. Kylie Taylor Wells. Richard Ernest Christian Spitznagel. Jessica Marie Warline. Diploma presented by Julie Arnold. Leah Denise Arnold. Diploma presented by Sean Andrews. Nathan Christopher DeWitt. Diploma presented by Terry Baseman. Michaela Joanne Medley. Jaden Michael Lawson. Taylor Caitlin Marble, valedictorian. Diploma presented by Cheryl Barthlow. Liliana Louise Kieber. Quentin Leroy Miller.
Diploma presented by Michelle Baschnagel, Alyssa Mackenzie Baschnagel, Gage Brayton Scheiderer. Diploma presented by Donna Beal, Trey Eugene Morse, Samuel Lyle Schroyer, valedictorian. Diploma presented by Bethany Bentz, Olivia Bronwyn Herzog, valedictorian. Diploma presented by Heather Bice, Brock Jarrett Coffey. Diplomas presented by Joy Bingman, Joseph Dean Patterson III, valedictorian. Michael Aaron Helton Jr. Ryan Alexander Peck. Tyler Joseph Isley. Diploma presented by Fred Bischoff, Caitlin Brooke Bischoff.
Cameron Dean Albert Landacre. Diploma presented by Catherine Boylan, Devin Althea Gilbert. Mackenzie Nicole Lewis. Caleb Wayne Schultz, valedictorian. Kirsten Taylor Lilly. Diplomas presented by Eric Brack, Spencer Curtis Barton, Aurora Alexis Swell Meredith, Andrew Lee Bryan, Lauren Svetlana Ober, Aaron Michael Tapman, Sarah Leonie Price, Jared Michael Yoakum. Diplomas presented by Don Burns, Nicholas Laurelston Angel. Diplomas presented by Kevin Brandfast, Samuel James Essig, Aubrey Lucille Klaus, Zoe Renee Griffin, Skylar Thomas Strickland. Diplomas presented by John Brown, Hawkins Reed Stockdale, Samantha Lee Willoughby. Diplomas presented by Kendra Burris, Anna Catherine Wigan, valedictorian. Diplomas presented by Jonathan Sinovac, Sally Diep. Diplomas presented by Denise Kastner, Natalie Hilcher, Faith Audra Engel, valedictorian. Christine Elizabeth Ortman, Julia Sidney Shade. Diplomas presented by Thomas Cochran, Ethan Price Jimenez. Diplomas presented by J.R. Cooper, Riley Patrick Finney. Diplomas presented by Craig Conley, Paige Emily Baldwin, Peyton Marie Cooper, valedictorian. Lydia Rose Fultz. Diplomas presented by Christopher Craig, Joseph Curtis Cunningham, Morgan Alexis Young, Samuel Throman Kincaid. Diplomas presented by Tamara Cooper, Courtney Page Hall, Braden Ray Lewis, Levi Eric Powell, Joshua Samuel Robbins. Diplomas presented by Lisa Kottner, Brooklyn Jane Kottner, Isaac Ryan Shiflett. Diplomas presented by Brooke Cunningham, Samantha Page Gardner, Mark Allen Thompson II, David Allen Williams Jr. Diplomas presented by Beth Curran, Robin May King. Diplomas presented by Jennifer Della Hostria, Cassandra Lynn Bayless, valedictorian, Anne Mackenzie Peck. Diplomas presented by Alexandra Falsarano. Sydney Pearl Marquis, valedictorian. Diplomas presented by Mark Ertner, Hunter Jordan Toole, Clayton Matthew Watson.
Diploma presented by Mark Fensel, Ryan Thomas Amrime Gillespie. Diploma presented by Joseph Darty, Kaylee May Darty. Diploma presented by Scott Forney, Morgan Elaine Forney, valedictorian. Diplomas presented by Kelly Friend, Haley Nicole Huffman. Diplomas presented by Linda Gordon, Joshua Matthew Bowers, Madeline Aaliyah Smith, Grant Allen Colopy, Tyler Michael Usas, Corbin Zane Coslow, Trinity Alyn Naomi White, Garrett Angus Gordon. Diplomas presented by Connie Froelich, James Corbin Adkins, Tayden Neil Jackson, Luke Stephen Rains, Jarrett Michael Carnes, valedictorian, Robert Ryan Carl Shear, Clay Matthew Keating, Connor Allen Swain, Noah James Mackey, Valerie Ann Voss, Riley James McGonigal. Diplomas presented by Catherine Fusen, Jordan DeMarais Tuggle, Owen Michael Methley, Charity Rose Walker, Cameron Drew Morgan. Diplomas presented by Wendy Grimm, Sydney Marie Cassidy, Garrett John North, Alyssa Danielle Henley, Andreas Alejandro Rios. Diplomas presented by Ryan Gross, Marshall Thomas Francisco, Miranda Rose Smith. Diplomas presented by Scott Hamilton, Madison Marie Jenkins, Jacob Martin Wright, Faith Delight Jones. Diplomas presented by Jennifer Hinderer, Austin Carroll Clark, Caitlin Yvonne Vance, Austin Blake Dotson. Diplomas presented by Shelley Hazer, Ia Brunn, Jade Noel Dush, Carrington May Cordero, Jaden Adriana Nicole Freitag. Matilda Gangsoy. Quentin J. Gaddis. Samantha Lynn Harris. Robert Way Hammond. Madison Mackenzie Malone. Taylor Alexis McKinney. Christopher Lance Hines. Maria Gomez Prieto. Addison Corey Hendricks. Emma Grace Rice, valedictorian. Renton Alexander Hinderer. Clarissa Lynn Soner. Braden Dow Hobart. Zachary Elia Johnson. Kintera Lynn Stengel.
Madison Mackenzie Malone. Ian Tyler Nickel. Savannah Marie Rummel. Jashia Tafath Swindler. Courtney Pearl Tyler Norris. Philip James Sloob. Emily Ann Wigglesworth. Destiny Nicole Stevenson. Diplomas presented by Robert Hildreth. Rachel Ann Ladefoged, valedictorian. Evan Michael Urban. Sarah Ann Paul, valedictorian. Elijah William Wright. Diplomas presented by Juanita Jackson. Kaylee Ann Griffith, valedictorian. Hobart Robinson Young IV. Grace Caroline Hall. Diploma presented by Teresa Jewell. Kelsey Nicole Bosold. Diploma presented by Gail Jenkins. Michael Hugh Burns. Diplomas presented by Brent Johnson. Grace Mackenzie Alsop, valedictorian. Jacob Henry Ehlers. Sarah Josephine Birkland, valedictorian. Jack Christopher Peterson. Mally Faith Dawson. Luke Richard Peterson. Anthony Brian DiDonato. Diplomas presented by Christopher Johnson. Sean Michael Brogan. Cameron Nicole Kramer, valedictorian. Kyler Lloyd Cornelius. Thomas Walton Rush, valedictorian. Savannah Grace Myers. Diplomas presented by Michelle Koffenbarger. Ashton Taylor Koffenbarger. Kennedy Dawn Quinn. Diplomas presented by William Keck. Grace Rebecca Greer. Rain McKenna Vincent. Levi Todd Medley. Austin Patrick White. Zachary James Roush.
Diplomas presented by Christina Kesterson. Avery Lauren Austin. Diplomas presented by Susan Kukas. Adete Kumbo, Abigail, Adedayo, Adeoe. Valedictorian. Michaela Marie Kesterson. Rebecca Grace Butler. Diploma presented by Mark Kirsch. Caleb Michael Kirsch. Abigail Beth Darty. Diplomas presented by Allison Koch. Sean Patrick Allison. Abigail Renee Jacobs. Rachel Annette Claridge. Kirsten Michelle Long. Leighton Edward Grumman. Getta Brittany Menard. Alexandra Grace Rioch, valedictorian. Tyler Anthony Monin. Caitlin Alice Stenzel. Adam Ray Mullins. Diploma presented by Michael Koos. Joshua Roy Miroslav Dickinson. Diploma presented by Tyler Kramer. Brett Joseph Single. Haley Victoria Orahood. Tyler Joseph Drope. Aaron Cole Fisher. Diplomas presented by Catherine Kozak. William Hunter Brown. Samuel Boren Kelty. Riley Teresa Cavins. Diploma presented by Michaela Croft. Philen C. Forrider. Ariel Naomi DePriest. Diplomas presented by Gordon Kunkler. Andrew Tyler Snodgrass. Haley Marie Rodriguez. Diplomas presented by Jeremiah Martin. Brianna Juliana Granditz. Sierra Nicole Shamhart. Isaac Lee Troutman. Donald Eugene Spain, Jr. Diplomas presented by Heather Leckie. Emily Renee Kaltrider, valedictorian. Diplomas presented by Amy McGlenn. Gabriel Andrew Edward Keever. Madeline Marie Cafis, valedictorian. Alexis Nicole Williams. Diplomas presented by Kathy McInnes. Luke Edgel Bevins. Diplomas presented by Sherry McJeffrey. Rebecca Justine Borowski. Jesse Andrew Boomstra. Dakota Lee Pullman. Nicholas Clark Bowers, valedictorian. Diplomas presented by Joseph McSwords. Sean Marie O'Connors. Andrew William Church. Diplomas presented by Joel Metzger. Jonathan Lee Gamble. Hayden Ray Fluharty, valedictorian.
Tyler Matthew Salters. Brendan Nels Hammond. Molly Marie Wimmers. Christopher Kaysen Hill, valedictorian. Diplomas presented by Andrea Miller. Catherine Ann Hazelbaker, valedictorian. Dylan Christopher Musto. Bobby Joe McKillen III. Nathan Galloway Whitman. Devin Ray Slayball. Diplomas presented by Joshua Montgomery. Alex Andrew Anderson. Diplomas presented by Angela Myers. Christopher Jacob McCoy. Austin Michael Paul Boblet. Jacqueline Renee Myers. Yvonne Linnell Green. Austin Blaze Sasson. Jacob Emil Traeger. Savannah Kathleen Spencer. Diplomas presented by Ia Nemistil. Jordan Lewis Ellington. Hope Gabriella Travis. He Hong Quan Wing. Diploma presented by Kelsey Newman. Ava Renee Schick. Sadie Marie Olenskia Yost, valedictorian. Diploma presented by Rebecca Olker. Haley Nicole Rayner. Diploma presented by Jacob Newland. Kaylee Ann Bowman. Diploma presented by Dan Oaksley. Alexandra Marie Bausch. Colin Michael Grove Rathburn. Diploma presented by Amber Powers. Sierra Ann Gattano, valedictorian. Tyler Jan Sanderson. Diploma presented by Tom Powers. Robert Wade Moots. Joshua Alexander Scambalone. Diploma presented by Belinda Quinsbury. Abigail Marie Jude Kunkler. Diploma presented by Jamie Powers. Hope Alexis Powers, valedictorian. Diplomas presented by Jenna Pruden. Joseph Matthew Barbiero. Gabriel Elijah Logston. Zion Edward Belleville. Anthony Wayne Chodala. Roy Keegan Malloy. Chaz Joseph George. Chad Austin Mayberry. Jansen Wesley Miller. Diplomas presented by Trevor Rayburn. Violet Renee Jeffers. Nicholas Scott Ortman. Weston Joseph Leader Griffith. Diplomas presented by Carrie Romine. Oh, Lydia Marie Romine. Diplomas presented by Aaron Reif. Olivia Marie Martin, valedictorian. Diplomas presented by Judy Rubadoo. Benjamin David Rubadoo. Diplomas presented by J.B. Ritchie. Jarrett Stephen Braun. Diplomas presented by Kathy Savage. Lindsay Marie Elkert, valedictorian. Diplomas presented by Jody Robertson. Zachary Michael Altman. Diploma presented by Mickey Scheider. Canon Michael Daniel, valedictorian. Majestic May Emery, valedictorian. Diplomas presented by Stephen Shear. Jordan M. Gerard. Dominic Joseph Erickson. Jared Lee Jones. Justin Michael Johnson. Andrew Michael Leach. Jacob David Lehman. Kayleen Rochelle Williams. Paige Marie Lewis, valedictorian. Diplomas presented by Katie Schneider. Hayden Thomas Bix. Ryan Nicholas Miller. Diplomas presented by Ricky Schultz. Evan Gerhard Hees. Rachel Nicole Sievers, valedictorian. Nathaniel Constantine Scarlatos. Dakota Aaron Simonson. Diplomas presented by Jennifer Segner. Ariana Vanessa Maurer. Christopher Jacob Sparks. Diplomas presented by Robert Sements. Leah Ann Bressler. Ryan Matthew Spalding. Marcus Wayne Shepard. Jordan Stone Vanskoy. Diplomas presented by Scott Stackhouse. Dennis Michael Dane Conroy. Brianna Renee Whited. Liam Michael Hayslip. Diplomas presented by Philip Sharp. Wyatt Timothy Scott. Samantha Lynn Kolakowski. Diplomas presented by Ginger Schellenberger. Samantha Christina Marshall. Mackenzie Taylor Simmons. Diplomas presented by Dawn Shoemaker. Megan Elizabeth Shoemaker. Ryan Kenneth Lee Wilcox. Tate Christian Verts. Diplomas presented by William Thyssen. Melanie Marie Batdorf. Diplomas presented by Catherine Silcott. Kira Marie Smith. Andrew James Case. Andelyn Hannelore Street. Zachary Allen Cavaney.
Diploma presented by Luke Sundermeyer, Emma Rose Pirenboom, Casey Danielle Elrod. Diploma presented by Christopher Terzis, Adam Christopher Hines, Tristan Matthew Finley, Seth Kenneth Rourke Marquis.
Am I going too fast?
Diplomas presented by Ashley Thompson, Laura Sophie Freudenthaler, Rebecca Jane Moore, valedictorian. Gabriel John Pullen, Clayton Aaron Cressley, Madison Renee Rigsby. Diplomas presented by Ashley Robinson Thompson, Dylan Jared Wood. Diplomas presented by Joan Trudeau, Caitlin Marianne Jones, Jasmine Isabel Trudeau. Diploma presented by Curtis Thompson, Elizabeth Rebecca Thompson. Diploma presented by Jenny Wanamaker, Abigail Nicole Lindberg. Diploma presented by Christine Todd, Seth Richard Hatcher. Diplomas presented by Jennifer Watts, Jean Guido Beltrami, Leah Rose Solar, Gavin Tyler Sharp. Diplomas presented by Abby Watson, Matthew James Walters, Avery Morello Bray. Diploma presented by Kim Wegley, Shannon Jacob Legg, Trinity Noel Bray, Catherine Elizabeth Van Hoos, valedictorian, Jeffrey Hunter Philippi. Diploma presented by Hillary Weiser, Kaylee Ann Rich, Hunter Jarrett Graham,
That was my bad. What's going on? Oh, sorry. Diploma presented by Nancy White, Heather Susan Harding, Dawson Nathaniel Griffith. Diplomas presented by Brooke Young, Thomas Lee Bates, Cassidy Lynn Carr, Diplomas presented by Jonathan Weithman. Alexander Joseph Gonet. Sydney Marie Cooper. John William Horesco Jr. Jacob Michael Dickman, valedictorian. Diploma presented by Joanne Weller. Catherine Marie Weller. Drew Allen ECHS. Diplomas presented by Sean Williams. Ariel Marie Hill. Kaylin Michael Fathbruckner. Mackenzie Marie Lee, valedictorian. Hannah Jean Fluharty. Ashlyn Renee Shaw. Trevor John Matthias Gase. Brennan Christopher Smith, valedictorian. Nicholas Lee Gibson. Diploma presented by Kimberly Wilson. Alvin Gunawan. Anne Laurie Grimm, valedictorian. Diploma presented by Jonathan Wing. Dylan Christopher Tremaine. Diploma presented by Jason Worth. Caleb Winfield Benninger. Adam Craig Heddle. Emily Jacqueline Kramer. Jordan Nicole Hawk. Paulina Alessandra Cruz Munoz. Ethan Korb Clauda. Ian James Dye, valedictorian. Anna Marie Lawson. Andrew Joseph Fisher. Elijah Gabriel Mejia. Danielle Marie George, valedictorian. Mallory Elizabeth Olson. Matthew McLean Johnstone, valedictorian. Alexander Edward Pilcher. Levi Jeffrey Klingler. Tristan Taylor Sunquist. Catherine Elizabeth Yawin Lashley, valedictorian. Hayden Andrew Turk. Colin Chad Witt. Diploma presented by Michael Young. Stephen Thomas Shamhart. Sydney Marie Willie, valedictorian. Diplomas presented by Tracy Zimmerman. Jadarin Marie Combs. Victoria Ann Peachy, valedictorian.
Diploma presented by Sean Andrews, Lindsay Nicole Featheroff. Diploma presented by Cheryl Barthlow, Celia Kathleen Solar valedictorian. Diploma presented by Catherine Boylan, Nathaniel Everett Rocha. Diploma presented by Jonathan Sinovic, Cassie Ann Euler. Diplomas presented by Gail Jenkins, Matthew Reed Chalmers valedictorian. Everett Hunter Lowe valedictorian. Diploma presented by Christina Kesterson, Julia Claire Dickman. Diploma presented by Diane Mankins, Keely Alice Mankins valedictorian. Diploma presented by Ian Nemistil, Garrett Ronald Hosterman valedictorian. Diploma presented by Jacob Newland, Rachel Elizabeth Brown valedictorian. Diplomas presented by Jody Robertson, Mike Edwin Dibble.
Oh, Mike.
Charcy Rail Johnson valedictorian. Addison Jean Miller Brown valedictorian. Diplomas presented by Stephen Shear, Blythe Danielle Atzbaugh valedictorian. Parker Jude Kuzma valedictorian. Diplomas presented by Ricky Schultz, Jacob Michael Piper valedictorian. Diploma presented by Jeff Wargo, Madison Grace Heflin valedictorian. Diploma presented by Nancy White, Chelsea Renee Sullivan. Diploma presented by Brooke Young, Carly Marie Mahood.
Get a little countdown going.
They can already hear us.
Is it this?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
Class of 2018, please stand.
Okay.
Congratulations, and it is our honor to say that you may now move your tassels to the left side as graduates of Marysville Schools. Graduates, it's time to toss your caps in the air.
Oh, I pinned it. I pinned it. Let's do it.
That's it. This was good.
Thanks, you too. I like doing it.